team for life.
Oh, got to reframe it. Hold on. Boom. Good morning. It's Friendsday, January 7th, 2026. The Antihero Broadcast is the news entertainment broadcast for veterans, first responders, and all blue-collar Americans. And we lost Mike. Jimmy, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. I can hear you.
Oh, he forgot to wear a suit, didn't he? What an idiot.
I'm the suit, and I'm the only one not wearing a suit. I'm actually wearing not even an oversized shirt.
Yeah,
once.
you're wearing your workout gear.
I know. Look at you.
Yeah. Nice of you to join us, Mike.
He looks great, man.
Had to get dressed.
You guys are looking sharp.
I streamed about 2 hours of Miami Vice to get into fucking character for this.
I was about to say,
I would buy real estate from you, Jimmy. Like 100%. I would buy something from
I'd
you.
buy an
Yeah,
A-ball.
is it the white powder on the nose?
This show, of course, brought to you by Human Forms. Go to hp-trt.com. Use promo code HERO. Save 20% on your testosterone, your peptides, your GLP-2s, anything you need for your men's health and fitness journey. Go to hp-trt.com. Use promo code HERO. Save 20% every single month. And, of course, GhostBed. Go to ghostbed.com/antihero. Save 10% on their already ridiculously low prices. Everything from pillows, mattress toppers, cooling patented technology, sheets, and of course their award-winning mattresses. Shut the fuck up, Mike. They have 60,000 plus 5-star rating and reviews. They have in-house customer service, free shipping, and free returns. They're good friends of ours. They've been here since the beginning. Go to ghostbed.com/antihero. Tell them we sent you. And of course, Elevated Silence. Go to elevatedsilence.com. Use promo code antihero15. Save 15% off your can, whether it be 22 all the way to a 50 cal. They got cans for everything. Small business touch, big business logistics. Go to elevatedsilence.com. Tell Jim that we sent you. Use promo code antihero15 and save 15%. It's Friendsday. It's our first Friendsday. And we have Matt. The suit.
The suit. The only one not wearing a suit. But
They probably don't make a jacket big enough, but
yeah.
Dude, they
You
probably
have to
don't.
go to like the bodybuilder store, the big and tall.
yeah,
if you guys see Matt, you understand why I talked to him surreptitiously talked him out of the push-up competition that night so I could win. And I tore my shoulder that night, and I'll never do another competition.
That's a good word, Mike.
You tore your shoulder?
What if it comes up to another push-up contest I did, I'll never participate in another one.
I'll take your place. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I passed it. I'm the reigning, defending, undisputed, undefeated.
Oh, that's a good point, Mike. You shouldn't have to do another one until you're challenged.
I'm not going to participate, especially if he's involved.
I'm about to get back after it. So
Jimmy's getting back in it.
Let's go, Jimmy.
Crunch got the Crunch Fitness what do you call it? Membership today. I can use any Crunch anywhere on the planet. Of course, they're probably not in Venezuela.
Come on over, brother.
Oh, you got the Crunch? I still got to do the Crunch thing, and then we'll be good to go.
Well, you know,
just
based on our conversation yesterday, it was one of those things where it doesn't sound like it would be nice. It sounded like a directive. So I was like, okay, I better go do this.
Jimmy's listening. 2026.
Hey, Jimmy, this is gonna be a new Jimmy.
Dude, them fucking shades are bad to the bone, dude.
I know, dude, but look.
Nice.
I went full Miami Vice for this one.
What is
beautiful?
It's not cocaine.
Oh, you're sniffing sugar just to get into the role.
Yes.
Pre-workout.
Vitamin B12. That's what they do in Hollywood.
I mean, honestly, man, like I don't know how we haven't done a Miami Vice skit yet.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point. I feel like
very good point.
Nick Fuentes or one of those guys that dress up in a suit to do a podcast.
Your beliefs are very similar, so.
Well, we're similar in some ways. But yeah, so Matt, I mean, obviously we've been putting it out there left and right on social media, but Matt has been brought onto the team as our manager / brand. What's the right word?
You could just say growth strategist.
Growth strategist.
Yeah. Bodyguard.
So, bodyguard also.
Too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're just, you can't wear a suit. You have to wear that when we go out. So that way people are like, damn, dude.
Perfect. Yeah.
we can run our mouths like that YouTuber and then just have you beat them up.
Yeah, away from any bitch slaps or anything. I'll step into it.
But yeah, just kind of get to know for you guys, especially. Turn the comments back on. But yeah, it's a little different of a format. We got 2 people in the studio now, 2 people remote. Obviously tomorrow we'll be back with the Thursday broadcast. We'll all be in studio. But yeah, today we're gonna get to know a little bit about Matt. Have you guys ask some questions? Get into he's got kind of a crazy story. Significant at best. Like it's you wouldn't believe it unless he told you.
Yeah.
So
shall we get started, I guess? Or
yeah, you were born on. I'm just kidding.
What's the definition
March
of
13th, I'm a Pisces, man. But yeah, I'm born and raised in South Florida. Was born in Sarasota, Florida. Lived there until I joined the Marine Corps right out of high school at 18 years old. Went to good old Parris Island, old 3rd Battalion. I must say that. Old 3rd Battalion. And graduated from that. Went to comm school. Went to my unit. Went to the fleet. Not a glamorous Marine Corps unit. A MWSS unit. So a Marine Wing Support Squadron. Deployed in 2011 to Afghanistan. Came back. Fucked around and got out. And
Found out.
Ended up stumbling into entertainment. Spent a lot of my 20s just figuring life out. Typical 20-year-old Marine shit. Got out, partied a lot. And then
What'd you do when you got out for a job?
Man, so when I got out and I was engaged, and man, like within 30 days of getting back to Florida after I EAS'd, found out I was having a kid. So found out she was pregnant, and that kind of changed things for me. So instead of going to like college or whatever, I just jumped straight into IT. I got some IT certifications and did that. So
What's funny is like we were having a little bit of tech trouble. That's why we were a couple minutes late. And he goes, yeah, I don't know any of that stuff. I remember thinking like you told me you were IT, but
that's more like passwords, email, more on the network side. Gotcha. And like software support. But like as far as equipment goes, even in the music side, like I don't know shit about that.
Tyler is gay. I know he put that there, so I have to read it. But he asked what kind of juice was in those crayons. Now I was looking at pictures of you.
Yeah,
you weren't always built like this.
It was like off and on,
Tyler,
man. Like no, it was off and on. So I mean, obviously in the Marine Corps, like I was big on PT. I mean, ask anybody I served with. Angel's been on the show. You guys know Angel. And that was my shit, was, getting my boots in the gym, training with them, doing the whole, fucking, if you fuck up, I'm going to run you till you die.
Yeah. Oh, you were a runner too, yeah?
I mean, if I had to be, but I mean, I just wanted that perfect fitness score. So like run time was big for me, especially with Angel. Speaking of him, I mean, he was just like 17-minute 3 miles. So having him as a sergeant outrunning me every day and talking shit motivated me a little bit. But when I got out, I definitely did not go to the gym. Find out I was having a kid and being in Orlando and around the UCF student body. Naturally, I kind of fell back into partying ways and things like that. And then I got back into it heavily when I split with my fiance at the time.
Is that the mother of your child?
Yes.
Okay.
So I got back into it heavily and just fell back in love with powerlifting and, met I wouldn't say the right people, but certain people that helped me excel in that. And I got real back into it, and then I tore my pec. So my numbers were significantly high. I weighed more, I was bigger, and I was trying to go pro. I wanted to compete and at a high level in powerlifting. I was on a team, and one day fucking benching, I popped my pec, my left pec. So it was a 2nd-degree tear, and fucking black and blue.
Oh, did you feel it
when it happened? Like it's like you hear the pop and you know, you're moving the bar, and then the shit just stops fucking moving, and you hear the pop.
Oh, so you heard
So,
it at least.
yeah. So it was thankfully not like a super heavy set. Surprisingly, at the time, no lie, I was benching 455, right? Like consistently every day I could hit that number. And I was warming up for it at, I want to say, dude, I think maybe 225-ish. And I was on a decline, and I was, you know, I just wasn't taking the warm up seriously. I had someone right here and they said something to me. So I looked, and like I looked and pressed up. And I just remember when I did that, it was like a pop. This went limp. You know, they helped me get the bar off. And yeah, I was in a sling for a little bit. Black and blue, couldn't raise my arm. I couldn't lift for like 6 to 9 months. So I just stopped for, man, I'd say probably the next 5 years. I didn't lift weights at all.
Really?
Yeah, probably good 4 years, probably around that.
Holy crap! Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get out.
Mhm.
You are, you know, you kind of ventured into the weightlifting part, but then
Yeah.
you've always had an interest in rap music culture.
Yes, very much so. You know, I won't say too much, but you know, the way I grew up, I didn't see it till recently, and with the help of therapy and things like that. But I didn't know the environment that I grew up in, the household I grew up in, how much it impacted me growing up, and how it affected me mentally and my development. And so when I was like 7 or 8, simply put, I mean, I grew up in a, you know, neighborhood where a lot of people listen to rap music. So I was put on to rap music or exposed to it early. But, you know, like artists like Tupac, Nas, the deeper artists, they kind of reached out to me, you know, through their music, and I got obsessed, man. It was my escape and how I kind of regulated myself. So like since I was like 7 or 8, I've just been
You were like
a
8
huge
Mile.
hip hop head. Yeah,
right.
yeah, dude. I mean, Eminem too. Eminem came out late 90s. I mean, that was pretty much right on time for me. And you know, a lot of Eminem's story in those first couple albums is scarily similar to how I came up. So it kind of just made me feel like, okay, like other people have been through it and they made something of themselves, and so like I can do that too, and I can, you know, feel less alone with what I'm going through. And so I clung to it. So in my 20s, I was going through a time, it was like 2010, something like that, and you know, there was a lot of just garbage music, man. And you know, I was one of those like haters, I guess you could call it, where it's like if it's not fucking 90s rap, then it's bullshit, you know.
Dylan wants to know,
yeah,
what are your top 5 rappers?
That's a tough one, man. Not in order. Top 5 like favorite, because that's a tough one. I'll say my favorite. So number 1, it's got to be Tupac. Number 2, I love Fitzy Mess, dude. Fitzy Mess is fucking awesome, and he does a lot of stuff with my guys on the West Coast with Underground Hip Hop Blog. That's ran by veterans too, and Bastards Canteen, I think, had Fitzy Mess on there for, I want to say, the Marine Corps birthday party they had. Bastards Canteen is a hangout that was started by 2-4. So guys from 2-4. And my buddy from Underground Hip Hop Blog was a corpsman with 2-4 in Ramadi. So that's how I know all them. But Fitzy Mess is awesome, dude. I love his birthday song every year he does for the Marine Corps. Would love to talk to him more about doing some shit, but I know he's really reserved. But anyways, top 5, right? Pac's got to be number 1. Damn, number 2 is definitely Zero from Houston. Number 3, Pimp C from PA, basically Houston. So the Atlanta in me here. Number 4 is probably Future, and number 5. Oh, I'm gonna give it to him because he's like family at this point. Westside Gun. I'll probably say that's my top 5.
Joe wants to know what you think of Fitzy Mess. I don't know who that is.
Oh no, that's what I was just talking about. Yeah,
Oh.
I love Fitzy Mess. Yeah.
All right. You can clearly tell I try to run the show. And
You're good, man. I just looked up and saw it.
The number one is the number one is my number 1 as well.
Hell yeah, Mike.
Tupac, for sure.
To address the chats. So, okay. The Patreon Tuesdays are available at some places. So obviously we have to do certain things Monday through Friday on the audio side to get to where we want to be. Patreon Tuesdays is on YouTube for Patreon to engage. So the only people that are able to engage in the show and watch it physically are to like watch it is Patreon. You guys help me out because I feel like the bad guy here, but I don't want to tell everybody where it's at, but you can find it other places, but most people only know YouTube, and that's so.
Well, it goes after the fact. So the point of the Patreon Tuesday is live interaction. Tyler's thinning hair down, just being normal.
What the fuck's that have to do with anything?
I just say, when you let your hair down, go on, let your hair down. So when you let your hair down, that's what it's for. It's Patreon. But yes, audio wise, we have to be consistent on the audio platform. So you're going to go listen to it somewhere else, but you didn't get to interact. You don't get to ask questions. You're not going to be part of it.
You don't get to watch it.
It's not a fuck up. It's just that to stay in the algorithm consistent, we have to put out a product every day in every platform. So
and everybody knows that's our running joke in here. We're trying to get on the radio. And we want to be able to prove that we can consistently do audio Monday through Friday. So that's
you can go listen to it. You can go listen to it after the fact. But in order to engage, be brought on, we're giving T-shirts away, we're giving stickers away in there, we're doing giveaways. All that stuff is only going to be available to Patreon members who are involved in the chat.
All right. So you are a young man in the rap game, or not in the rap game, listening to rap.
Yep.
You get out of the Marine Corps, so it's always been. Did you know that while you were in the Marines, you wanted to get into the entertainment industry at all, or were you like, I'm just gonna be a radio guy for the rest of my life?
No, I definitely. I mean, since I was a kid, right? I think it starts kind of naturally. It's something we say, especially in hip hop, which is like everybody in hip hop at some point wanted to rap, right? I think I knew, like, I have the whitest voice ever. I'm white, and I just think I knew rapping wasn't right, but I always wanted to be involved with it somehow. I just didn't know other jobs existed. Like, I knew you could either make beats.
You didn't know there was an industry behind it.
Yeah, I just was like, okay, well, I can't rap or make beats, so how am I going to do this? But, I mean, I listened to a lot of rap music during my service, and even found new artists that I later worked with and could tell them, like, dude, I listened to this shit when I was in Afghanistan, and that was like really full circle for me in a lot of times. So, I always knew I wanted to do something with it, but being like a white kid from South Florida, not really knowing anyone in the industry at all, I just didn't see it. And then plus, having the kid, right, it was like, well, shit, dude, I'm 22.
Yeah. You gotta have a stable.
Yeah, and that's of course like her mom and everybody, was just like, okay, get a job, and we'll figure this out down the road. So, yeah, of course, right.
The band's gonna make it.
So, but I mean, I wouldn't say I was pursuing anything at that time. I just didn't know how to, or even how to get started. So I kind of fell into it through becoming a fan of Griselda Records. Like, I got out in 2013, and I found out about them in 2015, and at this time, I was it was probably the end of 2016, I think, maybe. I had just moved back home. So I was in Jacksonville. I came to Orlando, lived in Jacksonville for a couple of years, and then I moved back home. And I had some buddies that they, nothing big, but they had like a little studio at their house. I go over there, smoke weed, drink, freestyle bullshit. And they were like, have you heard this new music? And of course I was like, well, if it's not 90s or like a select few artists, like, I don't even give a shit. But because it's you guys saying it, like, I'll, let's listen to it. And I thought that shit was crazy, man. And it was, West Side. I think the first song I heard was West Side Guns off Hitler 2. Yeah, no shit. Hitler Wears Hair Maze. That's the mixtape.
Whoa.
Yeah, song called Never Coming Home with and it was there's a singer on the hook named Tiana Denise, who I now manage. That's like a sister to me, which is just crazy to think about. That was probably the first time I heard it, and I just got obsessed, man. And I followed them real closely. They signed to Eminem, I want to say that year or the year next, which was like a huge deal. And I just started going to all their shows. You know, they were small. They were doing small shows. It was really easy to get in front of them or, you know, interact with them, whether it was on social media or not. Started buying the merchandise. I mean, it's funny. Like, I'll go out to dinner with their manager, D-Jack, and stuff, and D-Jack will tell me, like, dude, you know, like, I remember writing your name on the fucking envelopes and shit when I'd send them out to you, you know, what was that, 9 years ago?
Yeah.
So, long story short, I go to Art Basel every year, and I end up going to Art Basel.
What's that?
Art Basel is a international art festival, but it takes place in select cities across the world every year. So every year in December, it's in Miami.
Okay.
I think that's been going on for at least 15 years at this point. It's gotten insane now. And Gunn was out there, and basically me and a friend, we took Gunn around Wynwood, which is like the art district, where back in 2018, I think that was the year, maybe 2017, that was like the epicenter of Art Basel. So it's like live murals being painted, a bunch of art on display, select performances, things like that. Big sponsors will come out, like Monster. They'll have like a little skate park. They'll take over that. They'll have like famous people DJ and whatever. And we just showed Gunn around. That's where I like got to actually know him a little bit personally and his people. And, you know, just continuing to go to their shows, like I just made relationships with everybody around them. And I don't know, man, it just hit me like, if I could do this, I could just get into this shit. You know, like, yeah. I mean, I already know
fun.
people. Yeah.
And you're already kind of working.
It seemed fun. Yes, it did. It seemed fun. But you know, it was real cool because, you know, they embraced me and appreciated my fandom, at least, and support. And that was really cool. That was probably like the first time I had like favorite artists, whether they were big at the time or not, that I actually could build some sort of a relationship with. You know what I mean? They knew who I was. They saw me. Oh, it's Matt, man. Come over here. You know, whatever. And from there, I'm trying to think of how it all played out. Really, from there, I had some buddies in Miami that I won't go into detail, that I had done other business with for little bit before that, and they were starting a promotion company doing shows in Miami, like rap shows. I was like, oh shit. Like, they were like, hey dude, you know how to somehow get around these people. You're a friend, like, come on the team.
Is it just because you weren't is it being white? I know it probably hurt you, but it also helped you in a weird way that they're like, you're different. So they can kind of
double-edged sword, man. It's a double-edged sword. I think the white thing, it's kind of like all of our favorite topic now, right? Like Jewish people, right? Like, if you're Jewish, you probably may have certain connection. Maybe your uncle's an entertainment lawyer. Maybe, you know, I don't know, right? Or CEO. That's what people think. So being white, even though I come from absolutely nothing, like not anything, it's just like, oh, that's a white boy right there. Like, he got to know some people.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah.
So, you know, there's that. But then there's also like, I get called one online. I mean, shit, even in the lives on Thursday, sometimes there's the wigger, there's the culture vulture. That's the other part where it's like, okay, you know, we don't fully trust you, but like, maybe you can earn your way in. And I wouldn't say that's everybody. In fact, I'll be honest, that's not the majority of the experiences I've had, but that's absolutely a thing. And then it's funny, in hip hop, like, you'll go into like a studio session or something, right? And like, as a white boy, like, you're like, I'm probably going to be the only white boy here. And then you look across the room and there's another white boy. And you're kind of, it's not even that though. It's like you hate each other, you know? It's
you're the token white guy.
It's like, wait, there's another white boy here? Like, who the fuck is that?
I gotta outwork this motherfucker.
Yeah. Do you guys compare credit scores or something? Like, hey.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I
don't take 90, just by the way.
I mean, that's actually been a cool thing sometimes, seeing the only other white guy, and he's like in his 40s and he's in a polo shirt, chino shorts.
What was he doing?
He wasn't doing nothing, man. He was just hanging out, but I don't want to put his business out there, but that guy ended up being, I'll be honest with you, man, the richest person I've ever met in my life.
Really?
By far.
Was he a financier?
His last name ended in Berg or Steen?
No, that's the crazy part. It's the crazy part, and I'm pretty sure he's got a little tism to him. But he,
why am I rich
richest
then?
guy I've ever met, man. Guy
Shit.
owned. I'll put it like this: last time I talked to him on the phone, he was buying a petroleum company in Dallas.
God.
So yeah.
I had to recruit Justin, Donut Shop Podcast. If you don't see him in the comments, he is running the comments now. I've never done a show where I had to produce and have a guest before, and it was super distracting trying to produce the show, like the comments, because somebody will ask a question for you, and if no one's looking at it, we'll never know. So Justin's in now. Donut Shop Podcast is producing.
What's up, man?
He's producing from a remote location.
He can do everything but switch channels in studio. So that's why me and Matt are sitting next to each other, one camera angle, because switching the cameras in studio has to be done physically. That's the only thing Justin can't do. But you guys have any questions for him so far? I feel like Jimmy's just being very patient. He's got cocaine on his nose.
Somebody's got to talk to the cops. That's so true.
Hold on, wait. I can't hear you, Jimmy.
The drugs caused his microphone to stop working.
I was about to say, man, he clogged up the mic.
Jimmy, we can't hear you.
I was slowly adding more to see how long it would take before somebody
You
noticed.
did it like the French fry thing. You just kind of
like I was like, I'm gonna add a little more. I'm gonna add a little more, and then I was like getting ready to like do like a whole handprint on my face. It was like these guys are not noticing.
My bad, man.
No. That's the I mean, like I told you on the phone, I was like, I'm very excited to wear this suit. I got a whole fucking plan.
I was an actual street cop, so I never wore suits. Mike's got suits for days.
Yeah, well, when you put people in prison for the rest of their life, you got to go to court. Like, there's a lot. There is actually a whole life outside of that parking lot, 69 and eating Chipotle, man. There's a whole. You get out on the road, dude, and there's guys driving around with drugs and selling drugs. It's a fucking wild world out there in law enforcement. So,
I mean, first
I wore
of
a
all,
suit a few times.
I'm really happy. The reason why I haven't said anything is because I really love Matt getting to tell his story. I've had the opportunity to interact with this guy probably on a personal level, probably more than anybody else, or at least as much as everybody else. And I know his story, and I'm just so excited for him to get to say it, because here's the thing y'all don't know. Matt does not like being in front of the camera. He fucking doesn't like it.
Big fact.
So like I want to like I don't have any questions. I want him to just tell his story. And man, he's the fucking man. I love Matt. I'm so glad we have him. Without him, the Antihero broadcast would be a lesser place.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about it on an open mic a little bit, but I mean, Matt came. He came as just someone seeing the Antihero studio back when it was the old podcast era, and he's like, "Hey, man, I know a lot about the media side of the industry. I think I could help you." And at the time, we were exactly what he saw it was we were on the top. And we were like, we don't need to be wasting money on all the strategy, bro. We'll just have a beer, enjoy the ride. And you're like, okay,
yeah,
I'll enjoy it with you. But and then obviously, some things happened. There was a big movement, and the hard part about going from the podcast to broadcast is all the algorithms on the media side are fucked up. Everybody that was used to a once a week podcast is now trying to scratch their head on how to expand and grow as a broadcast. And so, I mean, Matt was helping us out so much for free that I was like, we might as well get our money's worth and actually bring you on the team. So, and we were talking about this. We don't want anybody. You're the fourth guy, and that's it. We don't have a big team.
Proud to be the fourth guy, man. And Jimmy, love you, brother. Thank you.
I mean, it was at the point where it was so evident that like we needed him, that like I looked at myself and went like, Jimmy, do you actually bring as much as that guy does? Like, he's so fucking good at it. And if you like say like one sentence to Matt, you will get a 10-minute soliloquy. And you're just like,
you understand about 1% of what he says back. And you're like, man,
you're just like, yeah.
I trust you.
It sounds awesome, bro. Like, let's do it. And then of course, like, not only is he like a super nerd when it comes to this stuff, but like, dude can like, I think he could fucking outlift everybody. I'm positive he can.
I
He
would
can
say so.
outlift everybody.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Jimmy. Go ahead.
No. I didn't mean to cut you off. But like, I just, words cannot describe the amount of respect that I have for his intellectual capacity when it comes to this stuff. And Lord knows we needed it, because we were 3 talents without we were kind of like a rudderless ship. And Matt kind of like cut through all the bullshit and was like, okay, you motherfuckers, here's the deal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean,
I've
always
wrong.
I've always been intrigued in the music industry, not so much rap, but like rock, or and really I like a lot of rap. I love early 90s rap, and like watching the early 90s rap in general was not managed well at all as a culture and a scene, and it just it went away. And so I was like, eventually we are going to need somebody that knows this industry that can guide us, because we're raw blooming onions. And so we need somebody to facilitate it and strategically move it to where it needs to go, so we're not just like everywhere.
Yeah, and a lot of entertainment is it's a predatory industry. So, it's structured in a way to keep talent chasing. I mean, right now, today's world, it's to keep chasing the hype numbers, the vanity metrics. If we can get an artist or even a podcast, like, it doesn't matter, if any platform or any talent, if we can get them chasing numbers we can manipulate for money, then we keep them hooked on paying us to get them these numbers. When that money stops coming, the numbers drop, and then you freak out. And it can be, I mean, it just creates burnout. That's the main thing. I mean, like, the music industry, entertainment industry, podcast industry, doesn't matter what it is. If you don't have infrastructure, you will burn out. It's just going to happen. And that's not just talent. I have been through that in the worst way, where I'm doing a lot of stuff for free at a high level, or for way less than I should, or whatever it is. And, you just think like, okay, I got to do more. And then I'll get to this point, or a lucky break's going to happen. And then the lucky break does present itself, and you're still unable to control that, right? Yeah. I mean, I have so many non-disclosure agreements. I don't know what I can talk about, and I don't want to get sued by certain people, because they will sue me. But I've worked with some of the biggest estates in music history, like, by far. And I'm trying to think what I can say here. And looking at, it's crazy to even say out loud, but it's true. I'm looking at the potential to make millions of dollars on some of these deals. And, you have one other party that's involved break that NDA. Companies like, I'm not saying specifically I was working with them, but, like Sony, right? Like, Sony's not going to tolerate that, right? Or, certain big name artist estates where the artist has passed, they're not going to tolerate that. So once someone breaks an NDA, when we're trying to do, like, let's say, like a master copyright licensing deal, or like a master copyright ownership deal, for a back catalog or something, that pretty much you're out of contention for it. So
also, what does contention mean? Mike wants to know.
Contention, it just mean, like, so a lot of the ways that at least they've worked for me in my experience, if I am trying to hustle a catalog or a percentage of a catalog or unreleased music that's, the artist passed away, and you'll get like sales rights, right? Like, you'll get an NDA from the estate, from whatever entity owns whatever, everybody that owns the music, right? And let's say that's like, okay, we own 100% of the music, but we want to sell 25% of this for this amount of money. Your commission will be 5%, 10%, whatever. You're not the only one working that. There's other people working that. So it's like a race. It's like, can I find the right buyer, the right situation? And then, with depending on the situation, but I've been involved where there's got to be an escrow, and there's got to be millions of dollars put into that escrow, and that freaks people out. So what they do, and this is why the NDA exists, they will back channel. They'll go contact the music publisher or something, and they'll be like, hey, I'm freaking out because this is like an amazing situation, but I'm being asked to put millions of dollars into this escrow. Can you verify? That's breaking the fucking NDA right there, because that publisher's not supposed to know this shit. They have nothing, not nothing to do with it, but they it's just not, and depending on the situation, it's just not correct, right? When that happens, that entity is going to be like, you guys just broke this NDA. We're a very private estate or whatever, and this is a very private matter. We don't want this getting out. So, they just you just don't hear from them again, pretty much. And, if you find another buyer, then you got to do tons of work to get back to that point. And, things are very fast in music. When you're working with a team of people, everybody's got 50 things going on and other things that can pay them. When those type of situations kind of fumble or crumble, a lot of people just move on. And so if the whole team's not like, okay, let's restructure, let's reorganize, and let's try to get this deal going with someone else, if not everybody's on the same page with that, it kind of just goes away. And that can be super defeating, because, you work, I've been in this shit 9 years, almost 10. And I still don't have like the financial means that people think. Like, I go home, my friends know who I'm around, what I do. I have a lot of access. I have a lot of free trips if I need to, stuff like that. But, I'm not sitting on millions of dollars and financially rich. So you're going to have your family and people back home that are like, well, how are you still driving a Hyundai?
Yeah.
And you're around all this shit, and it's the smoke and mirrors thing, right? Perception's currency in entertainment across the board. And people get lost in that, and people get lost in the image. And, I'll be real honest. I'd say 90% of the artists, I don't care what genre, are not making what you think. They're not.
Not even close. Some of them.
Hard to say on that.
What they portray
Depends on how they're set up.
If I watch somebody pull up in a $300,000 car wearing $30,000 in jewelry, I'm going to perceive them as very, very rich.
Yep.
But you people spend, and I don't really knock it. I think if it's done right, for anybody, it's like, all right, my image is part of my selling point. So I do need to take care of that side of the house. So that, like, fitness is obviously doesn't cost you any money, but it takes up your time.
Yep.
Tattoos, jewelry, clothing, like, it's part of your image. So it is
it's the rapper costume.
Yeah. But I mean, if it's part of your image, you can't go out there dressed like a fucking schmuck, as the white guys in the industry would call it. And people because there's relation. Like, a lot of our supporters and listeners, we rely on the relation part. They relate to us, we relate to them. But at the end of the day, another totally different type of program or music might require them to look up to that person and kind of like fantasize about being like a special force. I mean, sorry, about no, I'm just kidding. So, but it's just the way you handle your business. If that's what I learned things like, if you can monetize it, it becomes something. It's like you almost got to write it off.
Yeah, I mean, well, to the point on the chains and cars too. I mean, if you have your own label or publishing company, then you can start writing that stuff off. So, I mean, it changes things a little bit. I mean, obviously, chains are a big part of hip hop culture. An artist gets signed to a label. Traditionally, they get a chain with that label's, I guess, logo, emblem, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, that all goes to brand awareness, right? At the end of the day, because there's plenty of rappers that are super successful that aren't about, I got to have 10 chains on, I got to have designer, everything. And they're making good money, and their brand though it's more relatable on a street level or something, where it's like, I don't need all this shit to sell records. But then you got guys like my guy Westside Gunn, who Gunn is the flashy guy, man. I mean, but he has the capital to back it. I mean, Gunn's doing very well for himself, but I mean, Gunn's got a bracelet that's like fucking, I don't know how to explain. It's the biggest bracelet I've ever seen. It's bust down, freaking jewels all through it. Thing weighs like 20 pounds probably. you know. So, and he's got 10 chains on. He's known for fashion
I
and
love
stuff.
it, dude. I love it.
Yeah, and it works for him though,
And I
because it's his
love
brand.
knowing he's not breaking the bank or borrowing it.
No, he's not. He takes care of his whole family too, man. That guy, like, whole family, grandma, every cousin. I mean, he does a lot, man. I have a lot of respect for him.
Some of the people are asking, they're joining us kind of late,
Mhm.
so we'll recap. Matt came on as our manager / brand.
You could just say
Strategist.
manager and growth strategist.
Growth
Yeah,
strategist,
right,
yeah. Manager and growth strategist. And so he comes from the industry, he comes from the rap industry. The backside, he's not really a camera, although he's been on the show a lot. He's not really the guy that likes to be in front. He supports everything we do. He knows more about our show than I think me, Mike, and Jimmy know about our show and its potential. Like, when it's good to have somebody be able to say,
It's
guys.
not even that. It's not even that. Matt will come to you and go, "Hey, Jimmy, dude, I see this potential here in what you're doing. I want to sit down with you and talk to you about this, this, and this. Like, I have a whole plan." And like, you didn't even think about it, but Matt's got a whole fucking thing written out, and it's like 15 fucking paragraphs and 3 emails. And you're like, "Oh shit. Oh, okay. Like, yeah, I should probably listen to this fucking guy."
This fucking nerd just emailed me a fucking page. So we joke, we call him the Suit because he is. That's why we're all wearing suits and not him. He is going to gym after this. He's also a power lifter. If you missed that part, that's his one hobby that takes about 17 hours of his day.
Yep.
And so, but he manages to make every meeting. All right. So you're in the industry,
Mhm.
you know, you're let's say you're at the good point of the industry, because I know there was some revelations about yourself and
Yeah.
you know where you wanted to start branching off and not
Mhm.
focusing solely on that. But like, let's say you're prime time in the rap industry and everything is going good.
That was probably 2021 when I really like got a real opportunity to kind of run a program for an artist, like their team, their label, everything. We had kind of in my opinion, the greatest opportunity anybody could get. It went to shit, but you know, I'll get to that. I mean, we had an investor who was a fan who came out of nowhere. Dude was a software millionaire. All right. He what did he do? He developed a cloud security software or something, and it was purchased by Capital One.
Oh,
So
shit.
that was like $60 million around. I'm putting all his business out there, but I won't say his
That's
name.
awesome,
So hopefully
dude.
that's good.
Good for
Yeah.
him.
So I mean, yeah, he's a really cool guy, big fan. But you know, when people get into this industry, you know, there's a lot of, and it happened to me. There's a lot of nostalgia. There's a lot of the positives, right? You know, whether you're white, black, Hispanic, whatever, if hip hop reaches you, or music in general, right? If music speaks to you, it's going to get you through hard times, going to get you through good times. It's going to be a soundtrack to your life in a way, right? It's a big thing. So a lot of people get into it and they think, okay, especially I'm sure him, right? Like, I have all this money. Everybody's kissing your ass because shit, dude, hey, let's go to the mall, man. Like, I'll, drop $10,000. You got a music video coming up? Like, like, that's nothing to me. Like, yeah, I just want to see you win. And, that goes into the smoke and mirrors shit though, right? Where image and everything starts taking leaks of like financial leaks. And, let's just be honest here. $10,000 for an outfit for a music video is not going to do shit compared to $10,000 reinvested into like a good marketing strategy and brand awareness campaign. Right. So we got into it.
We can't buy $10,000 chains.
I mean, shit, if you guys wanted to, I don't know how it would help right now, but we could talk about it. I mean, it'd be cool to have a little Antihero chain, man.
That's what
Why
they're
not?
talking about, getting some grills, some spins.
Yeah, dude, the grills. But yeah, so long story short, I got to work with one of my best friends still to this day in this industry, one of the best people I've met in my life, my brother Doe, and me and him got to spearhead this label. I'm not going to name anything because it's going to create problems, but for a lot of reasons. But long story short, man, we were able to sign artists and start to develop these artists underneath this imprint. And it was led by one artist that was, obviously more recognizable. He had more going for him. And through that, right, like there were trips to LA. This guy's getting us like a fucking castle, man, like Airbnb, like the nicest, still to this day, the coolest shit I've ever stayed in. It was
It's
like
like an
20 of
episode
us.
of Entourage, dude.
It was like an Entourage trip. Like
Yeah.
it felt like that. Like it was, you know, I flew in, Ubered to the spot. It's the biggest house I've ever been in my life. And it was like 20 of us. We had a show that I had set up that weekend, I guess like whatever Saturday night of that. We got there like Wednesday, did some media stuff, you know, obviously shopping, shit like that, you know, that's part of it. And it was like, wow, like this is gonna work, like holy shit. And you know, they were talking to me about salaries and, you know, fucking even insurance, like benefits, like just taking care of me across the board.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was a six-figure salary.
You're like,
so.
hey, I'm white. I have to worry about health insurance and a retirement.
Well, that was the funny. That was the money guy's whole thing, is he's a business guy.
Yeah.
So he was like, you know, we had a Skype call, Zoom call, whatever, and he's like, yeah, I can give you a signing bonus. That's, you know, like I think it was, I gotta do math, 5 figures, and then, you know, a 6-figure salary to follow that up. And then
And this is to the artist,
with benefits,
or
this to me,
to you?
yeah, to me,
just to do what you do for the artist.
yes.
Holy guacamole.
And it was like too good to be true, and that's the main thing. It wasn't the intention that was bad, but it was the fact that in this industry, man, I swear to God, you will get too good to be true offers and shit, and it will make sense. You'll feel good about it, and then something happens and it goes to shit. And so that's kind of what happened. And I don't want to put all the business out there because that's still something I got to kind of deal with in my life. But long story short, it didn't work out. The label crumbled. The investor, I'm pretty sure, man, that guy just quit. I mean, he was making beats. So he wanted to make beats and get his favorite rappers to rap on him. That's essentially what he wanted.
So this guy sold a software to Capital One, but he also did beats.
Yeah, he built a whole crazy ass studio in his house and
like
everything. And I mean, he made good beats. Like he was pretty dope.
It's like
and
how we let Mike think he's a podcaster.
Yeah.
We're just like, hey man, you know, you're good, bro. You're really good at this, Mike.
but yeah, so that didn't really work. But through that, right, I was able to make, you know, really good connections with media, and I was doing all kinds of shit, like going out of my way. Like one time I found out Bootleg Kev was going to be in Miami. I wanted to get an artist on his show that we had. So I just drove down to Miami and crashed his, he was doing an interview with someone I knew. So that was refreshing, but, you know, just crashed that and then ended up getting his attention and locking in the interview and stuff like that. You know, that's like a 3-hour drive on a whim. But that's just what you got to do. You got to strike while the iron's hot in entertainment always. And that's probably the best advice I can give anybody. But yeah, so that kind of fucked up. And I had already moved to Atlanta after I got that offer, right? So just a little thing, I got in some trouble. I was on probation, misdemeanor probation. I'm crazy. And as soon as I got off, I moved to Atlanta. It's like literally I want to say the next day. And I got to Atlanta, and long story short, like 2 months in Atlanta, I went to an event where there were other people that these people didn't like, even though on the surface it was supposed to be all good, and I got fired.
Because you attended an event that was faux.
And the artist they didn't like wasn't even there. But yeah, his people were, so it didn't matter. True story.
Get the fuck
Yep.
out of here.
Yeah. That kind of fucked me up a little bit. But I had enough going for myself at that point. I had enough relationships and I was doing enough on my own to where, you know, I just kind of pivoted. And that year in Atlanta was probably one of the best years I've had, just surface level wise, but just, you know, I got to work with ATL Jacob and his manager IG, who I have a lot of respect for. And Jacob was on top of the world. Super Gremlin with Kodak, it came out. It was #1 on Billboard. And then, you know, he was working on Future's album, and Future dropped that project. That went #1. And Wait For You with Thames and Drake went #1. He produced that. So I was there for a lot of that time. And we were working on his solo album. Jacob wanted to rap and all this shit. And he ended up signing a big deal and then parted ways. So back to square one again. We tried to rebuild Wicked Money Family. and it just didn't take off how we wanted it to. And I'll be honest though, like I wasn't as seasoned as I am now. I look back and there's a lot of things that I know I could have done differently, and I could have, infrastructure wise and systems wise implemented, and that probably would have helped a lot more. So like I take full responsibility on that myself too. If IG you watching, man, love you, bro. Like I take my own accountability for that too. But so during that time though, I was just able to get in the studio with a lot of different artists. I built it's funny, man, full circle moments. 2017, I came to Atlanta with the same friends with that home studio, and we just fucking visited studios and just drove around Atlanta. We didn't know anybody. And I did an in-studio tour of Patchwork Studio, which is without a question in my mind. I've been to most of all the famous ones. I'd say of all the studios I've ever been in, besides maybe Quad or I don't know, Circle House maybe in Miami, like Patchwork is like, it's just so much music history in there across the board. I mean, it's just crazy. So I toured it. I was in awe, and I remember, like I said, like, well, one day I'll work, I'll do some work here. And through my relationship with Jacob and some other people I met, I was able to do a lot of studio sessions there, and then they became like family, and they gave me a place to have meetings in one of their lounges, and their media manager, Keyshawn, is a close personal friend to this day. I love that guy. He's one of the best people I've ever met. And so that was really cool, man. Being able to build a relationship with that studio and just kind of go in there. I could just show up and like, who's in right now? Oh, Chance the Rapper's over there. Oh, Lil Boosie's in here. And I can just go sit in on these sessions and like be a fly on the wall, even fucking Pac-Man Jones. I'm a huge football fan. Pac-Man was one of my favorite players when I was a kid. I got to work with him. So that was really dope. Yeah, he does. Oh, yeah, he smokes more weed than anybody I've ever met either, man. That dude smokes. Holy shit. Yeah. So, that was really awesome, man. So being in Atlanta too, it's like, it's surreal because, you're going to like Saks or going to the mall, and, there's just rappers every fucking where, man. So he's just running into T.I. randomly, stuff like that. And then, you see them in a work environment, and then you see him out and they know you. It's kind of crazy.
Really a thug? Or is he just a guy that got caught up in trying to be a thug? Oh,
he's from Bankhead, man. I think T.I. definitely knows what time it is. I didn't know him super well. I've definitely met him more than a few times and everything, but I would say, yeah, he's pretty valid.
What
from
is
my perspective?
What is T.I. versus what is TIP? Was that
a tip?
Attempt at a brand change or change? Or?
Sort of, but so shit, I can't remember the exact story. Basically, when he came out, I think Tip was Q-Tip, and he was signed to a label that Q-Tip was on. I want to say
he was
probably
Q-Tip
getting this wrong.
Also? Or
well, Q-Tip, right? So Q-Tip is a legend. He's from New York. He was part of oh my god, dude, Low End Theory, man, Tribe Called Quest. And then he went on to have a solo career. He dated Janet Jackson and stuff like that. He had a pretty good solo career. He had a couple hit records, produced a shitload of hit records. I mean, legendary producer. He produced on Illmatic by Nas all the way through, of course, Tribe Called Quest. And when when T.I. signed, he was going by Tip. And then, and I could be wrong because I didn't look into this, but he had to change it to T.I. So I think like the album T.I. versus TIP.
Yeah.
I think that's more of him. It's a brand thing in a way, but I think that was more of him just identifying himself, like showing both sides. Like Tip is like the street. T.I. is me, the successful entrepreneur,
okay.
Rapper. So.
All right. So you're in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
What about, did you ever think about getting into the podcast space? Or was it just kind of like something that you fell into? Or
it's funny you say that. Every one of my friends back home, every single one of them, especially my very close friend Alex. I mean, she said it more than anybody. They all are like, "You need a podcast, dude." And I just hate being on camera. I hate it. So like, I just never did it. And I've been invited on a lot of podcasts and things, just working in the entertainment space, and I would turn it down. I didn't start probably even entertaining the idea of doing any sort of like video recording shit until Patchworks invited me to do theirs, and I did one of their podcasts, and it was probably that and my friend Sophie, who's like, man, you guys think I'm good, dude. Sophie shits on me. She's amazing. Just watching her do like real content and her own podcast appearances and stuff, even bringing her on the Patchworks one. I had her do one with them, and I mean, it's just a part of the game that I have to do at this point. And so I'm getting there. But yeah, I never really thought about it, man. I always wanted to be not seen, not heard in the background. You know, I've had the opportunity to be in music videos for Exhibit and people like that, and I'm on set, and I'll fucking get out the way, dude. Like, I'm like, nope, and I just, where's the camera? Okay, I'm over there. Like, all right, like, oh, there's the snack bar. I'm over there. Just leave me alone. So that's always what I wanted. But, you know, like I just said, right, like entertainment across the board is a image thing, and you got to get your face out there sometime. It's not the only way, but at this point in my career, I feel like it's something I got to start doing. So I'll be doing, you know, music industry real content at some point, and I'm starting to get used to fitness content.
May I suggest something? Oh shit!
Yeah, man, I'm all ears.
I would. Podcasts become such a job, and sometimes it's if podcasting isn't your main job, it's a great supplemental source for your actual income.
Yeah.
So I used it. I started a clothing line. That's how I started with everything. And I use the podcast as my free advertising arm. And so I would suggest a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Where
you're right.
you can talk, and you don't have to release anything if you don't want to. You could release 4 episodes a week. You can release one every 2 weeks because you're not on any random day. Yeah. But, you know, YouTube channels are different than podcasts. Podcasts, you just have to be so routine in so many things to get like the traction that you need, because one of the biggest things is consistency is routine. So I would love to see you have a YouTube channel.
I'm in the process of like mentally preparing for that.
You should wear a suit but with the arms cut off.
Fuck yeah.
Like Fred Flintstone.
That's actually I mean, that's good imagery, dude. Yeah, I'm in the process of it. I'm like getting my feet wet with like fitness content right now. It's super sloppy, and my phone, I've dropped the weight on it like 6 weeks ago, and it's like shitty, but I'm just getting my feet wet with that. And then I'm all about aesthetics, and I need to take my own advice I give to artists, right? Like, you build your confidence by getting started, by putting stuff out. You build that, you know, if you don't put a song out, you can't really have the whole thing come together. Yeah. It's just simple. You can't wait until, okay, I need to sound perfect, have the chain, look however I want to look, and then have the aesthetics, you know, video, whatever. It's just not going to work out. You got to start. So that's the advice I'm taking myself now as I move back to Florida, and I've removed myself from being on the pulse of hip hop in Atlanta for, you know, like 4.5 years. Now I'm kind of coming into my own and separating from that world. Still in it, still working in it actively. But
just your world paralleling that world, not you encompassed all around in that
exactly. Because that's what it did, dude. It just swallowed me whole, man. Pause. But it's like, dude, you get lost in that shit, man. And it's, you know, shit is fast. So my day-to-day in Atlanta ended up being, fuck, man, like wake up at like 1 p.m., hit up everybody. What we doing?
I love that.
Blah, blah, blah.
Wake up at 1
Yeah, like wake up at, well, because I'm not getting home till like 8. So like, then it's, you know, what we doing today? Maybe there's like an event. There's always a studio session. So you're doing an event, studio session. It's 2 a.m. Well, Magic City's open. Fucking go to Magic City, throw money, go to Blue Flame, throw money, go to the club, bullshit, drink, you know, whatever. Go to fucking the after hours spot, and then go to Waffle House at like 7. And then
every day.
I'd say, swear to God, man, at least 5 times a week. Yeah, it was probably like for years. It was like that. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, guys. We'll be back with the tail end of Matt's story. We'll get into some other things. Jimmy's got some business to attend to. We're we're gonna set the record straight.
Yeah.
Jimmy, I don't hear you.
Oh
Is
yeah,
your mic on?
we're
Still can't hear you. Still can't hear you. Wait, Mike, you talk.
Hello. My name's not Jimmy.
Okay. I think everybody can hear you. We can't. We just got to do that little audio reset. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right
all
back.
right. What about now?
Over a century ago in 1910, the Flexner Report, funded by John D. Rockefeller and the Carnegie Foundation, re-engineered medical education from a holistic, whole-body approach, which appropriately treated the body as an interconnected system, to a compartmentalized approach under the guise of specialized medicine. They shut down or consolidated medical schools, marginalized naturopathic, homeopathic, and chiropractic medicine, replacing them with symptom management and synthetic drugs. Allopathy is a marketing strategy rooted in fear and manipulated science. This philosophy carried into veterinary medicine, resulting in over-vaccination, unnecessary surgeries, and manufactured food, just like they did for people. They call it care, but it's predatory and based in profitability. The truth? Toxicity, compromised immunity, and chronic inflammation. They're not fate. They're engineered. And so is your power to undo them. We built 3 targeted formulas to return the body to homeostasis, for pets and people. To detox, defend, and restore. We are the correction to decades of corruption. We are vengeance.
What I was saying, like, just get
And we're
started.
back. All right. So second
We're
hour
back.
is gonna be. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Hey, second hour is going to be brought to us by.
Oh wait. They got to pay to
Wait.
play, bro. Can
they
you
gotta
hear me,
pay to
Jimmy?
play? Yeah, I
they
can
don't
hear
pay for-
you.
Nope. Just we'd have no mid sponsors other than Vengeance on Wednesdays.
Oh, okay. So like, I'm sorry, I'm used to like
You're
second
good, man.
hour.
No, you're
I
fucking
gotta
ready to
go
fucking rock.
into.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right,
Good
back
tape.
to it. Good. Yeah, they are a new sponsor of ours. They just don't have reads on Wednesdays. So
That's okay. I'll give them one for free because I like their product.
yeah, Goon Tape is the shit. All right, so we're back. So again, we're here with Matt, our manager and strategist.
Yeah, you got it.
It was something strategist.
Growth strategist.
Oh, great. Hold on. I gotta fix his mic now. Growth strategist.
I was
Not to
paying
be-
attention.
Not to be confused with growth hormone.
No, definitely not. Hey, so while he's doing that, Matt, like, can I ask a question, man? Like, I mean, because
Yeah,
you
man.
kind of hit on it, but you never really talked about it on here. Like,
Yeah.
what was the thing that kept you coming back to us guys? I mean, you have this fucking diverse like background, and like we could go deep on hip hop, but I'm gonna be honest with you,
Yeah.
like, I want to know why you pivoted from hip hop and all the craziness and all of the, the glamour and the bitches and the chains and, all of that to like, I'm going to go hang out with these fucking knuckleheads.
Dudes galore.
I mean, so in the beginning of my little hip hop journey, whatever you want to call it, right? One of the main things that I was going for, and I think I alluded to it, I didn't really say it or spell it out, was like a sense of belonging, something bigger than myself again. Something I missed from the Marine Corps and something that I just, you don't get it in civilian life, right? And when I started pursuing music, it took like everything from me, like my focus, that's it, right? And I just fell out of touch with a lot of the guys. And then I'll be real honest, like there's a level of shame in a way where it's like, I'm going to these reunions and I have all these crazy stories and I'm around this guy or fucking whoever, famous people, whatever. People see that on social media and everything, but then it's like, like I said, like I'm still driving a Hyundai, like I'm still Renton. Like,
Still
and I
Jenny
don't
from the
know,
block.
man. Huh?
You're still Jenny from the block.
Still Jenny from the block, man. Still Maddie from the block, dude. So I don't know. I just kind of was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait till I'm successful or whatever the fuck to come back. And then you go through all kinds of shit, right? And I just lost touch with the guys, man. I lost touch with that part of myself. I still to this day obviously will always have so much pride and appreciation for the Marine Corps and being a Marine and deploying and all that shit. But I just moved far away from it, and I thought I would find that same kind of feeling in music, and I didn't. I can't stress that enough. Like, in music, everybody's your friend, everybody's family. Hey, we're family, this, that, and the third. But as soon as you don't do what we want you to do, or you go against the grain, or you want payment, like it changes, because it's like, well, family, well, I don't have to pay you for that,
right.
bro. Like,
Like,
dude, I have fucking bills. Like,
all right, so I mean, like, you've laid it out. I mean, you've given us a fantastic primer for how fucked up the music industry and the entertainment industry as a whole is. So what brings you back to the veterans, the first responders, like, and you go and you looked at Mike and Tyler and you went, these motherfuckers are it.
Well, it was me. Like, so I was getting there, man. I got you. So, you just heard what my lifestyle was like for like 3 years, fucking drinking, bullshitting, smoking weed 24/7 and eating like chicken wings, right? So I got fat. I got out of shape. That was the worst shape I've ever been in. I think I was, and this isn't that long ago, man. This is like mid 2024, dude. Last year was 2025. Yeah. The mid 2024. It was like, I was like 267 pounds.
What?
Yeah. Swear to God.
How tall are you?
5'7". And I was fat as shit. I was a 40 waist.
That's fatter than Mike was.
Yeah. And I promise it's not why I wear the big shirts. Those are larges. I just like oversized clothes. But yeah, man, like, I just fucking, bro, I got to a point where I just felt like shit, and I ended up just quitting drinking. That was the first thing I did, right? I was like, I'm going to stop drinking. That was August of 2024. I was at my homie's crib. We were watching college football. It was the last time I drank. And I went home, woke up the next day and said, fuck that. So the next thing was, all right, let me get back in the gym. So I get in the gym and I start working out, and great, right? Like, it wasn't the same as it is now. I had to force myself in that shit and rebuild everything. I mean, I was benching like 135 pounds and sore for 5 days, right? And then from there, once I started getting in better shape, like 3 or 4 months, it was like, okay, I need to talk to somebody and like figure out why I am the way I am and why I have these, I just noticed I have all these habits that I don't like about myself, how I interact with people, etc. And on top of that too, like, I know that's bleeding into part of the reason why, I'm not as successful on paper or whatever the hell in real life as I should be, despite the image, right? So I did that. I started unpacking my family history and all that shit, what I went through as a kid and all that, right? How does that apply to today? My military service included, right? And it just kept coming back to, you need that camaraderie again. You need something like that again, right? And it's funny because, like, I just gave you the timeline, right? So that's like August of 2024. Well, what happened with Antihero around that time was, the fucking Tim Kennedy stuff, right?
Right.
So I think it was like November maybe of that year. And that's how I was starting to reintegrate with like my veteran side, is I wanted to find like just veteran media, but all I kept finding, and I'm a huge fan, so it's nothing. I love Sean Ryan, dude. Like, I fucking love that guy. I love his show, but it was all like Sean Ryan, Joe Rogan, special ops shit. I was a fucking Pogue calm Marine, dude. I didn't go kick down doors and shoot people in the face. So it was like, dude, I can't relate to any of this shit. It's cool. And then all of a sudden, here's this show highlighting how, you know, obviously we don't need to go into it, but like highlighting Tim's book, right? And I was like, okay, what's this show? And yeah, okay, you know, you got a special forces guy on there, but then there's Tyler, right? Tyler he served, he's a grunt, freaking cop, like he's someone I could relate to. And then I would watch the show and I'd be like, man, I fuck with Tyler, dude, because like that's how I'd be handling this. Like, I don't know how I'd be handling, you know, this conversation as someone that wasn't special forces. So like I could just relate to it, man. And what really got me though was the Thursday night squadcast. So I would watch the squadcasts and it was, you know, I'd be driving a couple miles or some shit like that, or a couple hours, whatever. And I'd be listening to it. And 90% of it. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I just stop you real quick?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So you and Joe both said the same thing, and I'm really fucking tired of hearing this. If you were in the Marine Corps and you say that you're a Pogue commo guy, just shut the fuck up. Like that's the wrong mentality. That's not the mentality that Mike has. Mike never even deployed, and I know he doesn't feel that way. Tyler doesn't feel that way. None of us feel that way. Like,
yeah,
you went out there,
well,
you strapped the uniform on, you went out there and did your fucking job.
Amen. And
am I wrong, Mike? Am I wrong?
No, absolutely.
No, you're absolutely right. And that's something therapy helped me realize too, and take pride in again. Because, you know, the more you're just getting fucking hit over the head with all this fucking combat shit and I don't know, special ops shit, the more you start to feel like, well, fuck, dude. Like, you know, and people don't, you know, let's be honest, right? Your civilian friends at home, the more time that goes by, they don't care. And that's fine. That's not a slight against anybody, but it's just, you know, at some point, a barrack story, they don't fucking care, dude. Like, you know, like they don't get it.
Yeah, no.
So
they actually think you're retarded when you say it. They're like, dude, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
And they're like,
yeah,
what's wrong with you?
dude, we had a 3 foot, a 3-story beer bong and a fucking over the whatever above ground pool, and we'd fucking hit the beer bong, then jump down, you know, all that shit, right? Jump over the balcony into it. You know, for them, it's like, dude, we did that shit in college, right? So, anyways, and then the brawling, dude, that's one thing that no one ever understands, dude. The Friday night bar brawls, bro. Like
that or the fucking company versus company one.
Yeah.
Like
oh man,
they're like 85% full on real, maybe 90%. Like people are, you're not fighting to kill them, you're fighting to win.
Yeah.
But it's emotionally driven too. You know, that's a good time.
If we had had social media and phones that did that stuff back in the
early
early 2000s,
didn't. I kind of wish we did, but I'm kind of glad we didn't.
People would be like, that was what was happening, and you're like, yeah, I'm not fucking with you, dude.
Yeah, man. Man, I mean, anybody that was in the Marine Corps in Camp Lejeune in Jacksonville, North Carolina knows, dude, you go to Hooligans on a Friday night, it's about 99.9% chance it's going to be only 2 women in there. Someone's going to dance on her. It's someone's wife, and now you're all in the parking lot, and you're fucking going at it, right? So anyways, but, you know, like I was saying, right, I started just listening to Antihero. And as I drive, you know, Atlanta, dude, you're in traffic for an hour if you're no matter what, basically. And especially if I'm driving to North Carolina or back to Florida, you know, I go to Miami a lot to, you know, do shit. And so, you know, that's like a fucking 10-hour drive. It felt like, oh shit, dude, like this is like kind of what I was missing. It just feels like just some garrison shit, dude, not in a negative garrison way, but like, you know, these are guys that were in the fleet that were, you know, they did their job, and I can relate to that. And they're talking about shit that it makes me feel, it helped me regulate, I guess is the best way to put it, right? And then, you know, I'm listening and it's like, hey, we're in Orlando, like you can pull up, you know, there are always guys on the couch, just chilling. And I was like, dude, that's really cool because that enforces community. And I'm big on that. I'm big on that in music, and I'm big on that. And I'm just big on that in entertainment. I think that's one of the lost things in entertainment is community and community building. We call it world building in music.
Justin was your first bro, right? Like,
outside in the parking lot?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
you.
you and Justin and him out there.
No,
You
was
were
Justin.
the
I
first
was just
person
there.
that approached me when I came. Nah, dude, you were the first person that approached
Jimmy's
me.
like, no, I was second. It's okay.
No. Jimmy was the first person that approached me and had an actual conversation, asked me about my service, gave a shit about what I had to say about it, and that meant a lot to me, man. Thank you for that.
No,
And then
I really Justin's the man. Like
Justin, I noticed, like, I was talking to you about what I do, like, and Justin, I kept noticing, was looking over at me, like, listening to what I was saying. And then that's when he and I started talking, and Justin was awesome, dude. I love Justin, and I need to see his ass again in person, dude. But, we keep in touch. And so I came on, and obviously things like you guys were, killing it. And, I had prep to come in here and just have like a light conversation, not some crazy, not even a pitch, but just to be like, look, man, like I deal with this. Like, I've seen it a million times in music. An artist goes viral and blows up, and everybody's on their dick, and everybody's throwing money at them, and it's the way that works. It's intentional, though, on the business side. When this is a predatory industry, it is to confuse the talent, and then get your money out of them. That's what they
Tyler
do.
said this really well. Tyler said this really well. It's like you peak too early and you're not paying attention. Right.
Well, the shit happens fast, man, and money's coming in, and it's really hard to stay grounded and just like be strategic and slow. That's when you want to slow it down, believe it or not. But when everything's going fast and money's coming in, and you don't see that ending anytime soon, right? The thing with the entertainment industry is it will end. It'll end when you don't expect it, and it'll be like that. But so I just saw that stuff going on, and I was like, dude, I can definitely help with this. This is in the veteran sphere. This would be great for me. Just like me, like emotionally, dude, like, as a person to get back into that sphere. And I mean, shit, dude, I've done things. I've applied for the Sean Ryan show, dude. Like, I mean, I was trying. So all that being said, that's what brought me here. And then, it was still like, even though Tyler was busy as hell, I knew he was stressed. Brent was, prepping for the show. Obviously we had our conversations and stuff. But, it wasn't about, any of the headlines or Brent or any of that shit. I'll be honest, and I really look up to him and respect him, but like, I don't really care to meet Brent like that. Like, it was just like, cool. Like, like awesome. Like,
which I wasn't used to.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, a lot of people that walk through those doors were here to see Brent. They were like, it was like seeing fucking Matthew McConaughey on set. Like, they talked to me, but then they would follow Brent around the studio, and I'm like, damn, dude, this dude's like straight up just fanboying out, which is fine. I get it. They were nice to me, but at the end of the day, they were not there to be part of the brotherhood because we really didn't have one made. I unknowingly had kind of with the squad. Well, that was the whole point of Squadcast. It's for the boys. And but I saw Antihero was taken off in a really, really negative, appease the fucking masses trajectory, and I hated it. I hated every second of it. And so it was really refreshing to make it more about the boys again.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of everything about the Thursday lives. And I think I came back. I think I had to run to Miami. I was talking to a girl down here, all kinds of shit. So I might have been doing it. I don't know what it was for, but I was coming through again, and I just hit you up. You're like, yeah, man, come through. Like, hell yeah. Like, and I think you guys offered me a seat that night. Maybe it was the third time. I don't know. But long story short, Brent was gone, and it didn't like, it was the same energy from you guys, right? Like, come on through, and I had more fun. As I came back, I had more fun. You know what I mean? So, being welcomed and appreciated, not on any official business level, not on, hey, I want to manage you guys, or I want to fucking be a position or anything, just to be appreciated and welcomed, not as you could do something for me in the entertainment industry, but as like, you served, bro, you're pretty cool. Like, we could tolerate you being around, I guess. Like, come on through. And that's where it hit me like, no, this is real. These guys are for real. They actually care about this community and want to build something for this community. And that to me is so rare in entertainment. I could probably name on, you could probably cut 3 fingers off my hand. I can still name on one hand where I found that elsewhere. So that's to me really special. And I think there's a shitload of potential in what we're all doing together collectively. And I'm here for it. You know, I'm here to help build it. So that's what brought me into it, man. And it has helped me feel closer to my service again, feel closer to the Marine Corps, but not just the Marine Corps, but all of us who served during or participated in the GWAT, right? And, you know, as I was listening to Antihero, right, one of my favorite ones was the Pat Tillman, because I think, you know, I was like 10. I'm a big football fan. I remember when Pat Tillman went and served, and I didn't know, you know, I never looked into it. I didn't know what the hell happened. So I'm listening to these episodes too, and, you know, doing other shit, just looking back and thinking back even on my time in Afghanistan and stuff and what was going on, you know, in 2011. And it just like kind of hit me like, wow. I think a lot of GWAT veterans are in a space where, you know, we had to pull out in 2021. I think that's where it hit me, I think, and made me start thinking about things, even though it took me years to really dive in. But, you know, we're all asking questions about why the fuck did we do what we did? Why did certain rules of engagement change? Right?
Like,
yeah, like, you know, and then you have the fucking internet, right? Where no matter what, people are going to go on little comments and shit and be like, you guys did it for nothing, or it's for Israel, or whatever the fuck. And it's like, no, dude, it's at the end of the day for the boys, right? You get over there, you fucking gung-ho Rambo, and then shit happens and you're like, this shit sucks. I fucking want to go home. And then you look to your left and right and you're like, well, dude, fucking the guy jacking off next to me every fucking day. Yeah, I want him to come home too.
That's not me, by the way. Anybody who's tuning in, it was.
I mean, like, I'm looking over at Tyler, and this is the 4th time.
No, man, like
the platoon fucking external hard drive.
Dude, we had a dude that would build his. What would we call him? I don't know, Jimmy. What would you call him? Like a Jack. He would build it.
Jack. Yeah.
We were in a blown out building, but somehow we had like a lot of bunk bed frames, and we found some mattresses, so we built like. And he had his lid. He was on the bottom shelf.
Nice.
Dude, I remember my buddy opened it up, and he was putting hand sanitizer in his asshole when he was jerking off.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. He was a weird dude, though.
That's
in a room full of fucking like 13 dudes. So he thought like his little fucking poncho was enough to fucking.
Yeah, I remember that. People hanging up the poncho liners and shit.
Before I forget, Joe Saunders, $5 said, honest question. So the music industry is a emotional and financial roller coaster. I know from experience how the Marines can be much of the same. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities that I find between military service in the industry and even fitness in the industry. But yeah, it's an emotional and financial roller coaster for sure on every single level, because you got to think about it. For one thing, artists, I don't care how much money they make, if they sign a label deal, they have to recoup. So we'll put it like this. If I sign an artist to a label and let's just say give them $1 million, here's an advance, you owe me 1 album, right? That $1 million is recoupable. But then on top of that, you're going to have some sort of marketing budget and other things, right? So let's just say at the end of the day, you might owe $1.5 million that's recoupable. So that artist has $1 million tangibly in his hand. But if that album doesn't sell and recoup that money, there's issues. You can buy out, but then there's like an extra, usually 10 to 20% that adds onto it. So that's where things get weird, because, you know, whoever's in charge, if you're working with an artist, right, like you're managing them or doing whatever, you're on their team, you know, they're paying you maybe, but that's money that's in their mind is like, I mean, there's all kinds of shit, man. There's hustles. There's guys that'll walk artists through deals, get them deals, get them signed. They'll pocket 20%. Say the artist gets 10, just for math, $10,000. The guy's getting 2,000, and then they're like, peace, dude, like, fuck you. And then they dip, and the artist still has to recoup that 2,000. That guy just walked off with 2,000, and deservingly, you know, it's agreed on. But now the artist is left with no help and doesn't know how to recoup. They don't get the numbers they need. The label shelves them, writes them off. Is it on?
It can be difficult.
Is it on the artist to just ensure that they have someone like you with them, so you can say, "We need to hire this person. We need to do this," because as an artist or a creator, as knuckleheads like us, as Jimmy put it, but it's smart. We don't know what we need. So the first thing ever when you're doing something and you're seeing some success, I would advise you get someone like Matt, because Matt can tell you, you don't need to hire this person. You don't need to hire. We do need to hire this. We do need to pay for this. We do need to, like, you get an extra chunk of change. Hey, we all want to take this payout. Like, I would hold on. That we've been talking about needing to do this. Now you have that extra chunk of change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would say this, especially in entertainment, nothing is cookie cutter. So there's like nothing that I think is applicable across the board in any facet. And there's so much nuance to this shit that it's crazy. So, but I will say it is probably more important initially, if you're an artist and you're putting out music and you have any sort of setup, do a little research on your own first, right? Do the smart things, right? What is a pro? What is a performance right organization? ASCAP, BMI, register with that. Then look into Sound Exchange, look into the MLC for publishing. Get set up. Those are things you can do yourself. They don't cost money. You should know how to register your music. But there are people like myself, like my good friend Sophie, like other people that we do consultations. Yes, it costs. My consultations are $250 though. I just wrote a freaking infrastructure audit for an artist literally this morning, and I applauded him for knowing, like, he didn't get management too early, because, some artists feel like getting a manager is like awesome, but if they don't have any motion or they're not making money, the manager's not going to make money, right? Because he's going to make a commission, or they're going to pay him monthly on a retainer. There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion, if the situation fits. But now you're just drowning yourself because you're kicking this guy whatever amount of money per month when you should be reinvesting that into yourself. So, like, I like to start artists off when they're talking about, like, I have no money. Can you fucking save $5 a week and put that towards music? Let's just get the habit started, and we can scale that upward. But I don't care, 50 cents, dude. Like, you can't tell me that you can't do that. So, I mean, yeah. So, like, yes, management's important. Having someone that can help guide. I consider myself an infrastructure architect when it comes to music. I got wrongly labeled a manager in A&R for a long part of my career. What happens with that is other managers in A&R think you're coming for their job, and I don't want to do most of that shit. Management to me is a very personal relationship. It's important. You need to be like brothers. I say this for artists I currently manage, and artists that even I have literally walked away from managing, that I still am in touch with and still helping, because I realized me as a manager is not going to work for this. But I love you, man. I believe in you. Let's figure out another way to make shit happen. So, I think it's important. First, do your research on what the basics are of what you need. That goes for, I don't care if you're podcasting, anything. What are the basics? How do I monetize on a baseline level, and at least build some sort of platform? And then start seeking out people that are, I guess, experts in the industry. Consult with them. Like, and this is the thing, like, there's so many people that do what I do that are going to bullshit to get money. It's just going to happen. But if you, like, always trust your inner authority. That's your, to me, that's gut instinct. If it feels off, if the conversation, even if you paid for it, the consultation feels off, take the notes that you think are applicable, and then don't go down that road with that person. If they're trying to hook you into, you got to pay me, man. Okay, we're going to get off this call, retainer. Then
that's true. Like, a consultation is free info for you. So you take it. I don't think it's going to, now you have all that info to go to another consultation.
Yes.
And go, like, oh, wow, this is different than this.
Exactly. I mean, and you're not going to pay so much money where you're broke, man. Like, I mean, there's people out there that are very effective that I work with. They charge $500. Waka Flocka told me charge $500, but I charge $250, and they charge $500. Some charge like $1,000 because they're just bigger names in the game, or they have more experience. But at the end of the day, just find someone that resonates with you. If their content or their demeanor resonates with you, you feel like, I feel good about this person, and you can afford the consultation. That's probably the first step that I would recommend as far as spending money on a strategist, or manager. If you're making a ton of money, though, if you're signing a deal, if there's paperwork involved where you're getting compensated, but you have to do X, Y, and Z, that's when it's a little more important to get the consultation and find representation.
Matt,
yeah,
you're going too deep, brother. You're giving away all of your good stuff. You need to hold on to that. Okay, like Matt, like if you learned anything, it's that Matt is really fucking smart.
Yeah, he is.
Right,
He's really talented.
Yeah, you know,
you can tell you
we gotta keep it. Yeah,
it's nice to have you as part of the team because you nailed it. You're one of the boys. Like you're one of us four now. Everybody's got their roles, and you can tell when we talk to you that you have 9-10 years experience just fucking doing this because it rolls. I like we're trying to write down words when you say them because we don't really know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah,
but
buzzwords.
I've learned a lot in like working with you, Mike. How long have we been working with him? Like a month?
Yeah, maybe just under 2 months when he came around more full time.
And we've learned so much. So
good, man.
It's awesome. And so as far as Jimmy, do you want to do your thing today or do you want to wait till tomorrow? It's up to you.
No. We need it. This is about Matt today. But you know, I don't really care about that. We could do that tomorrow when we have time. Right. This is a Matt day. And I want to make it very much like this is why, you know, Matt is here and he's so fucking smart.
Yeah, like, dude. And he's just going to be, I'm excited that we don't have a manager or a strategist that's, you know, out in California that we meet with once a week. And, you know, they put us on the back burner because they know we're new. They know we don't have expectations. We don't know what to expect. And they just kind of give us the general thing. And then they go work with their more artists that pay them the most. Matt's here a lot. You don't even see that he's here. He's here a lot. We ask him to sit on the night shift to kind of like have that smoke pit vibe when we're out there.
Yeah.
But you know, it's cool that you're here. You hang around, you come to meetings, you know.
I'm invested, man. And a big reason why I'm invested that I really want to say is how you guys, man. It has been kind of like a mind fuck in a good way because my experience in rap and entertainment has been so, I don't want to make it sound so negative, but it's just, you know, it's a lot of like, you feel like you got to work harder and harder to get a more of appreciation. You're not appreciated. The better work you do, other people on those teams will try to phase you out. You know, they'll make up narratives. It's just hard to feel accepted. That was my hardest thing with hip hop. Still to this day is feeling accepted. You guys embrace me. You guys build me up. And you guys also listen and respect what I have to say. But it's not just that. It's the fact that you guys have welcomed me in as a brother, and that means so much, man. You know, across the board, man, that means a lot. And that just motivates me to just go all in with this stuff. And it's crazy how things work out, right? I was already planning on moving to Orlando before I even really knew what this show was. I got family in Tampa and Jacksonville. It's the middle ground. And I used to live here before and I got friends here. So it's just funny how it works, right? Like, you know, to me, that's where God comes in. And I think, you know, that's another thing I started going back to is, you know, my spiritual health as well in the last, I'd say like 6 months, really. And I got to say like that, I just look back at a lot of things like, you know, that's God, man. And a lot of them are lessons learned. And I think I learned all these lessons and then found this opportunity. And you guys are the ones that brought me in, you know, at the end of the day. Like, I didn't really pitch y'all.
when you and me talked, right, you talked about, and I don't want you to go too deep into it, like go as far as you want to go, but like you were like, dude, I had to get out of Atlanta. Yeah. And you got here and it was like God just lined everything up for you. So expound on that.
Well, yeah, I don't know how much detail how you could even go in other than man, like I realized just I had to get out of Atlanta, right, and just kind of breathe, I guess. And you know, part of that whole going to therapy, freaking working out, stopping drinking, it just gave me clarity at the end of the day. So, I got clarity, and I started thinking about, instead of living for external validation, like I had been doing in music, like, hey, look at me, look, I got Balenciaga on, or I'm with this artist, or I'm at this spot, or whatever the fuck, instead of that, let me just chase alignment. Let me, I figured out who I am, what I represent, why I am how I am, and fix certain things about myself to hopefully make myself a better human being. And then, now seek like-minded individuals that are going to see that in me and not only give me opportunity, but like celebrate that. And I found that here 100%. Like, you guys didn't have to offer me a chair. And honestly, most of the time I swear to God, turned it down, but I felt comfortable with y'all. And that's why I'm doing this now, dude. Like, I don't do this shit. And that's just a level of comfort being around you guys, man.
Well, when I first started talking to you, you were like, hey, my bro's here. It just happened to be that way. He just happened to have this thing happen in his life that allowed me to slide in with him, and he lives this far. Like, that whole story of when you moved to Orlando and how it just all sort of aligned.
Yeah.
I love that story, and I want you to tell it.
That was Jimmy's second attempt to get it out of you.
Yeah. I'm being very direct now.
I mean, it just, I mean, do you want me to just go by the story of
Yeah.
it? Like, simple, man.
Yeah.
I was thinking about moving back to Florida. Didn't want to go back to Sarasota. I hate Sarasota. I just don't want to live there. Tampa wasn't so sure about. My buddy, had, well, who cares, right? He got divorced, and he hit me like, hey, I'm back in Orlando, dude. It's funny. Like, he went to college here, and I lived here when he was going to college here. We've been friends for 20 years, and I would go and stay at his place when I'd come down here and stop through Orlando, So, like, if I was going to Miami a couple times, I come back, I go through Orlando, come over here on a Thursday night, I crash over at his pad, and then just do whatever the next day. And it just kind of hit me like, well, I might as well make this move. So I actually moved back to Sarasota for a little bit. I had just family things going on that I had to be there for. I'm not going to go into detail on that. But that settled down, and I just kind of realized, like, what am I still doing here? And I came up here, and I just crashed with my buddy, and we'll figure that out. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to really say about that. It just lined up. It's and you look back now, or I look back now, and I mean, everything happens for a reason, man. Everything, good and bad. And as long as you can reflect on it and take the lessons and apply them in real time or to future endeavors, that's where I believe God has a say in all of this, right? I'm a little weird I'm a nerd with God and stuff. I love quantum physics and like all those laws of the universe. So like I kind of fold God into that in a way. But, at the end of the day, dude, I feel like, we're all conscious beings, and our consciousness is a weird connection to God. And I feel like God's going to give you certain visions or thoughts, and it's just on you to absorb them and act on them. And I can say this 100%. The more I've worked on myself and learned to love myself and be better with myself and establish boundaries and all that shit, the more I've felt closer to God, and the more things have just came in, and that includes you guys, dude. So I'm just really grateful for it, and it's just good to be here, and I'm excited, man, for the journey we're on and for building this into what Tyler originally envisioned it to be. And you know what I mean? And just going with it, man. It's gonna, it's gonna be slow roll, gonna be hard at times. People are gonna argue, things are gonna fall apart. But as long as the core is there, it'll always, the foundation, we can always build it back up, man. And I don't think we're on a trajectory where we have to even think like that. I think it's just slow and steady wins the race at this point, and we'll get there. You just wake up one day sometimes in this shit, and it's like, wow, it all came together, dude. Wow, fuck.
Yeah. And here's the thing: everybody that's normally on the show, Mike has a story, Tyler has a story, I have a story of the first time you realized that, like, oh, Matt's fucking awesome. Matt's awesome. Like this is a guy I want like, not just in my professional life, but in my personal life. I want this dude. Every single one of us have that story, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong here?
No, yeah, it's perfect. That's why it's I don't really know without the personal connection, dude, if we would have made the jump. I really don't. I don't think we would have, even if we needed to, we wouldn't have made the jump to bring on an outsider because we were just so like, I mean, we're going 5 days a week now. And we're just we're full send with our fucking eyes closed.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're live on X now I mean, it's showing it's double what it's showing on YouTube. So only YouTube can see like X amount of people are watching, but then on X, it's double what the YouTube watches.
Yeah.
This is our first time on X. No, people are like, you should stream on X. And I was like, oh yeah, well, if you could get it on X, you can get it on YouTube. But a lot of people trust X. They don't trust YouTube. So that's pretty cool.
Diversifying the portfolio, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And two, like, it's your baby, right? Like, you had a vision. You set out to make it something tangible. You created something, right? You're going to be protective over that. That's completely understandable. So when you have like an outsider, someone that wasn't in there, you don't know him personally, coming in like, hey, I can do X, Y, and Z, or have you thought about this, or this might help.
It's going to sound corny.
It can be weird.
Check this out, right? So me and Mike are the fucking grunts in the foxhole fighting. We need we needed something more. We needed more precision, more accuracy in our info.
Yeah.
In comes Jimmy the sniper with his fucking parachute, even though he wasn't fucking airborne. Jimmy starts with accurate fucking informational jabs that, we have something we're going to cover tomorrow, where somebody who thought maybe they were a little bit more.
They thought they were smarter than us.
It's actually, it's very verifiable that person. Anyways, so Jimmy, and then here comes you, the guy connecting us, the comms connecting us to the rest of the world. You guys need more support. You guys need. There's my little military tie-in, everybody, with all of our occupations.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean,
man,
I love. There's only one job I loved more than this, and that is, being in the infantry. It's sort of analogous to the same thing. I loved that job because I loved the people that I worked with. I loved those dudes. I really did. And that is why I enjoy doing what I'm doing right now. I'm sure that Tyler and Mike can, talk about the same things. Like, this was where I wanted to be. And so when Matt came in, it was like, oh, this is our guy. He's our guy. Like, what, why are we not like, am I crazy? I feel like he's our guy. And it was very evident without any conversation between Mike and Tyler and myself. It was like, oh yeah, Matt's the man. So.
Thank you, man. Yeah. I think when it's organic, it's always better. I'm a big believer in that, even in the music industry, especially when it comes to being a managerial type of situation, or, I mean, even what I do now. If I can't gel with the person, if we're not seeing eye to eye, if our vision, alignment, right? Like, I'm not, I've turned down clients right now. Right now, I'm trying to make as much money as possible. And there's certain clients that hit me up and I do a little intake on them. And I'm just like, you know what, man, this is not going to align correctly. I can give you references if you want to try someone in my network, but it's just not going to work with me. I think that's really important, especially in entertainment, because when things behind the scenes are chaotic or people don't like each other's, see eye to eye, whatever the hell, right? When it's not organic is my point. That does start to bleed into the product over time. And if they're not addressed and things like that, then it can do it. So I appreciate that, man. That was really important for me, especially on this side of things. With rap and shit, I can play the game all day and put the face on and, whatever. But with this is a lot more personal for me. So it was really important to me that we could gel as people before anything like business wise or whatever the hell, happened. Like, that was super important. And I felt welcomed by all of you guys, Mike, you, Tyler, from day one, so.
Dude, when you were in the rap industry and you put the face on, what face did you put on?
I mean, there's obviously people that I am close with that I love as family in that world.
Oh, so you
but
didn't do blackface?
hell
Okay.
no.
All right.
Nope. I'd be
It
canceled.
wouldn't be an anti-hero
Yeah, I would've been-
episode
yeah, I
if I
would've
didn't
been-
say so.
But they would have smoked my ass, man. There's no way.
So, what are you most looking forward to, or like what's your strategic vision for where we're all going?
I think we still have to have that meeting.
yeah.
We haven't even talked about that.
Yeah, that's the roadmap meeting, Jimmy. That's tomorrow, man.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
I mean, really, man, like it's not a crazy industry answer to that. It's pretty straightforward. Like my goal is to enhance Tyler and Mike's vision of what this is, of what Antihero is, and every other, I guess, expansion of that branding exists, right? So, like for you, Jimmy, with Shadowcast and stuff, like it's just helping your visions, helping enhance your visions, and be like help you get to a point where you don't have to do anything else but make that vision happen, if that makes sense. So
Well, and
you know,
I'm unconcerned
Mhm.
about me, like, right, because the
Well,
main
yeah.
effort, the main effort is the Antihero broadcast, right?
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
when the Antihero broadcast goes up, like everybody else on the
that's
network,
the anchor, yeah.
yeah,
I was explaining to were you here? I was explaining, no, it was on the show. I was like, a lot of people kind of when they get into what we're doing, they're like anti-hero broadcast with counterculture. I'm like, all right, hold on. The easiest way to express this.
Yeah.
Counterculture is G Unit.
Mhm.
Anti-hero is 50 Cent.
Mm-hmm.
Like anti-hero obviously is a little bit more up there than all the shows on counterculture, including all of our other shows, but
Mhm.
they're anti-hero is the ones breaking through, and then once we can turn around and give back to all the people.
Yeah.
Donut Shop, our individual podcasts, Unfiltered, Unfazed. We have Counterculture Network. It has a lot of good shows on it, and they're extremely underfunded, and so that's our goal, is to get some recognition to those shows. Those people help us out tremendously. They don't ask for a fucking dime, and so they're our back and their support. And then of course the 99%.
Hell yeah.
Self-proclaimed, that was made in the chats. We didn't make it for them. There's a 99% Instagram page. There's a 99% Facebook group. And of course, there's our Patreon that that obviously it's grown since Tuesday. A lot of people are intrigued with what we had to say. We did a lot of shit talking on that show. So Precision. Oh, what did it say? I missed it. Awesome. Y'all are doing good work. Keep it up. Yep.
Thank you.
So we got a lot of supporters, a lot of listeners. What's Lloyd Banks? Who's Lloyd Banks?
Lloyd Banks, man. G Unit. As
Oh.
long as you ain't Young Buck, man, you're good.
I only know 50 Cent.
Or Game.
But
I love Game though.
that's our show, man. Where can everybody? You have a couple of different. We didn't even get into your fitness stuff, but let's recap that real quick.
What, fitness?
Yeah, like what you plan on doing, what you're able to offer.
Yeah, so I created it kind of as like a culture builder. I did Pro-Minded for the music and entertainment stuff. That's just me giving out real things. Another thing about me I didn't even mention was that makes me unique in the music world is, I was actually a junior agent with Central Entertainment Group. I was hired on. I didn't go to college for that shit. I just did good work, and they saw me, my senior agent at the time, and gave me an opportunity, and I learned a lot of real industry shit from that experience. Stuff you're not going to learn from doing the music shit because it's built to keep that from you, right? And so Pro-Minded is that. It's infrastructure. It's things that you probably, if you're an artist, you've probably heard some douchebag in a suit say it, like world building. But what the fuck is world building? Oh, your fan funnel. What is a fan funnel? All that kind of stuff. So I break that stuff down there. I also have Pro-Minded Performance. That's my raw gym videos. And I like to give, fatigue management, sleep. I like to highlight all the things that changed the game for me in fitness. We all know, go to the gym, lift heavy, eat a lot, and whatever, right? But we don't know how the body works on a scientific level. So that's where Pro-Minded Performance comes in. And I will hopefully soon be getting certified as a trainer and nutrition coach. I'm working on that now. So I will be looking to do some online coaching and things like that. In person, even better if you're in Central Florida. So that's where I'm going with fitness. And then my goal, as long as I don't get fucking hurt, is to compete. I want to compete. I'm training to get to certain spots where I feel comfortable going back into competition. And that probably just a local federation or something, nothing crazy. Just see where I stand. And I want to do strongman. So I got to find a strongman gym. But that's kind of my goal with the fitness stuff.
All right. So if anybody out there is looking for representation in the media side, I mean, obviously you've opened up a lane for podcasts.
Yeah.
You know, just because it's very apparent that in the podcast industry, it's very raw, it's untapped, and it's unregulated. So
Wild West.
We fell victim to that. No more. If you need representation, if you need growth strategy, Matt's your man. And if you need a dude to just hang out with, he's also really fucking cool. So
my microphone works. Just so everybody knows. And Matt, I stayed very quiet on this episode, honestly, because I think the world of you and what you've brought to us. Man. So I think it's about you, and this episode was about you. And
thank you.
I'm a vibe guy, and I'm a atmosphere guy. And since the changing of all this from where it was a year ago to where it is now, I like to, that is what makes me most excited about having you, Jimmy, Tyler, and I together. I enjoy walking into the building. I enjoy being around you guys. I enjoy the mind and the vision you have. Listening to you on the 2 phone calls about the marketing strategy shows that you're in it for the right reasons. And I've learned and been burned by many, many people throughout my life. And when you get around people that have that same connection, and it doesn't have to be talked about, we don't have to sit there and tell each other how great, we like each other. You just kind of get in the room with everybody and it all kind of goes together. And that's how I feel that this group has come together. And I really appreciate you bringing your talent to us and wanting to work with us. And I look forward to it more than you can ever imagine.
Thank you, man. Absolutely. Likewise there. And I did want to just throw something else out there just to add on what Tyler said. Even if you're not looking for representation, even if you're just looking to be pointed in the right direction, and Jimmy, dude, you were going crazy.
Put down the cocaine, Jimmy.
Looking like Scarface, man.
It was because we were coming to an end. I was like, all right, I got to fucking make it funny.
Wait, what is it? Because you are eating it. It's not salty.
It's powdered sugar.
And something for tomorrow's show before we get too far, Jimmy, research the U.S. Marshals, the ICE was involved in a shooting in Minnesota that's developing right now.
Oh, shit.
No ICE agents shot, but Tim Walz got on. So tomorrow, that's probably going to be a hot topic on our show.
He's not running for re-election, just so you know.
But ICE was involved in some type of shooting in Minneapolis, and I'm curious to see how the local government
broadcast
helps.
Maybe.
All
right.
Yeah.
I was going to go. Oh, sorry.
Well, Matt was saying if you're not looking for representation, but
yes, just real quick, even if you're not looking for representation or not sure, you can absolutely give me a follow. You can absolutely follow Pro Minded. It's a lot of stuff on there for like rap artists, but it's interchangeable, and I'll be getting more into podcasting stuff on that page as well. But shoot me a DM. We can do a consultation. If you're a veteran, I'll do a consultation with you for free. It might take me a little while to get to you because my schedule is crazy, but you can ask. One thing I pride myself on is always following up and just not leaving you on red. Just reach out to me and we can at least talk about things, or I can at the very least give you a written out audit. If you're a vet and you're trying to do something in entertainment that's really serious to me, and I have no problem giving you at least some pointers and helping at least send you off in the right direction. So I just want to make that clear. Follow me if you want, or even just DM me. I'll get to it and we can have a conversation and see how to go from there. If you are looking for representation or like ongoing strategy and infrastructure, definitely reach out to me. That is 100% where I specialize in. I'm a long-term guy. I don't like the whole just cookie cutter, do this. You're going to find that a lot on your journey, but I try to make it to where at least you're not going to get tricked into spending your money. That's the most important thing to me.
All right. Jimmy, I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying, bud?
I can't remember. Oh, I was just gonna say, like, if you guys hadn't noticed, I was gonna do like the full-on like Sauron white handprint on my face from Lord of the Rings, just because we were coming to the end, and I was like, okay, I've got to make this as funny as I possibly can.
But you ate it all instead.
No, there's still plenty in there. Look,
you're still eating on the podcast, man.
Hey, I didn't eat anything.
Is this Mike? Is this emergency broadcast worthy?
No,
later on today?
it's kind of happened earlier. I don't think it's emergency broad. It's definitely something we can talk about as it develops. There was a shooting. I'm interested to see how the local government is assisting or not assisting the feds in Minneapolis. Nobody in the feds was shot, but somebody was shot during an ICE raid.
Yeah. I mean, like we're gonna have. I think that there's gonna be some movement this Saturday or Sunday in Venezuela. What?
I was reading the comments. Somebody said, Sarge, I got fries in my pocket.
Yeah.
Go 45. Hell yeah, man.
What is it? Fries and nuggies shakedown instead of fucking fries and ammo?
Jimmy was the guy with Skittles in his fucking buttstock. Mike had an M16. He doesn't know what that is, but it's okay.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Jimmy?
Blackout and SWAT.
I think we're probably gonna have to be ready for an emergency broadcast this weekend because I think some things are gonna happen very quickly in Venezuela over the weekend because it's ramping up quick, and just the way humans work, it's like, okay, it's fucking Wednesday, probably by Saturday this is gonna fucking bust loose.
Is it gonna happen at fucking 2 a.m. on Sunday? When
I would think
you won't answer if so. Me and Jimmy will be ready.
If I think what's probably going to happen is that there's probably going to be a massive protest on Friday against the current government and into Friday night. And you guys know this, like as the night goes on, things start getting crazier, and as the energy builds, like it gets worse and worse and worse. So.
All right. Yeah,
I got Ephraim's care package going to go out, so make sure you join our Patreon. I got something for him too, right here. It's going out for him.
I just sent him something that he ordered like fucking a million years ago, and
I got stuff going out too. So join the Patreon. We're doing giveaways. We're keeping our people getting free shit. So that's part of the program. Giving back.
Everin, your counterculture package is already gone out. It's out.
Your Cobbville one's going out today.
Mine will be there.
No, it won't. I overnighted it. Jimmy's driving it there on fucking C4 and cocaine.
Hey,
Jimmy's getting there.
Jimmy is sober as a judge these days. So like the cocaine is a joke.
Me and Matt are the sober ones of the group, and then we get the two alcoholics.
Yep.
So it's
I enjoy a beer, Mike. Let me enjoy a beverage.
Don't forget to tune in tonight 7 p.m. Tonight, 7 p.m. Dom Izzo and Coppville on Hot Topic live. Jimmy, are you going live tonight, or you one more week?
I'm gonna go live tonight.
At 8.
Oh shit! Shadowcast going live.
Okay. Shadowcast
so you'll have Dom and myself 7 p.m. on Counterculture in Coppville, and Jimmy will come in right near the end, and we'll segue into the first ever live Shadowcast broadcast tonight as well.
That's right.
All right.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys, tune in those shows tonight and tomorrow. Antihero Broadcast, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, will be available on YouTube, X, and Facebook. So we'll see you then. Matt, thank you for joining us, giving us your story.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Matt's got to get to the gym.
Does my shirt look weird to you guys?
It looks tight.
Everything looks weird, Jimmy.
Snazzy, bro.
JV team for life.